me your ear for a second. We about to dive in. When my alarm clock ring and awake me from my slumber, gotta lace up my Nikes, get back to the numbers. Just another day in this humid ass summer. We go days without rain, but it's a whole lot of pain. A whole lot of niggas wanna see you.
All right, today we're here with Remy Roe, an artist out of the Tampa Bay area. My man was born and raised in the area, so we're gonna go ahead and get to know him today. You might already know him in the area, as it turns out. You know what I'm saying? He's on his music scene heavy. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get to know about his music. We're gonna get to know about his upbringing, his values and morals. You know what I'm saying? Here in this interview. So I appreciate y'all for watching. And I'm gonna give my man the floor. Real quick, we're gonna catch up on the beginning because sounds like a little bit of this didn't get caught. So I'm gonna give y'all a real quick review, and then we're gonna catch up where we at so that you guys can, you know what I'm saying, enjoy the conversation. My man was in sorry, he did go to Middleton for a little bit, so you know I'm a Tiger, so you know that right there was hit hard, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
but
sir.
He did end up at Hillsborough before the end of the day. Yes, sir. So
yep.
You know what I'm saying, big dog status. We're definitely gonna give him that, you know what I'm saying? Part of the football team, running back, you know what I'm saying? As you could already tell, you know what I'm saying, it look like he about to hit something, you know what I'm saying? It's like my dog, hey, I gotta get that workout plan with you, brother, because you definitely got the shoulders and everything, you know what I'm saying? So
appreciate it.
No problem. And we did speak a little bit on the school system, you know what I'm saying? Just really appreciating some of the efforts that are, you know, that they're attempting to change the school system out there to make sure these kids are going to be more readily prepared for life. We did start talking though just briefly about you know, how my man plans from starting school varied a little bit as he got older, and that's where we are right now. If you could, boss man, let's go ahead.
Yeah. So just to kind of touch on that, like my goals, you know, for one, I think I set unrealistic goals because when I was coming up, I wanted to play in the NFL. You know, I had two posters on my wall. I had Bo Jackson and Barry Sanders. And them was my two idols, you know, and only thing I wanted to do was play in the league, man, play on Sundays, go to college, play football, make it to the league. And I think that that's so unrealistic because that's every kid's dream. Like, you know how many boys that want to make it to the league? So I think that I should have set more realistic and attainable goals. I had some roadblocks. You know, I was 17-year-old, had my first son. And, you know, being in a single parent home, you know, I was raised by my mom, but my dad was still, you know, he was still there. You know, he always made sure he was in me and my brother's life. So my dad sat me down one day and was just like, you know, if you go off to school for 4 or 5 years and play ball, that's 4 or 5 years that your son won't know you. You'll come back home with a degree and this kid will be 4 or 5 years like, who is he? You know, you'll see him on breaks and things of that nature, but it just kind of hit like you'll miss his first everything. You'll miss his first, you know, words. You'll miss him walking for the first time. So I thought about that and I kind of changed my plans on going to college. I ended up going to ACC, community college. And that shit ain't work. You know, it was like I was so caught up in I got a family to take care of. I gotta feed my son. So money was a priority at that point. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm out living on my own. I have my little spot. So I started trapping. I'm working. I'm trapping. I'm doing what it takes to make ends meet. So I end up linking up with some friends from high school that, you know, this one guy, he always did music. He always rapped. You know, he was known for that in school. So they had this little spot called a shack where all the guys would just go. They would smoke and drink in there and make music. And we sit in there and we make some freestyles and shit got out there. You know, damn boy, Remy. Well, I ain't go by Remy at that time, but Roe nice, man. He nice with that pen. So few mixtapes start circulating. People start hearing I was pretty good with it. Name start buzzing. So my best friend who lived 2 doors down, he ended up making it to the league. He played for the Detroit Lions. And he actually started a record label, just like most athletes do. They start a label, they get their best friend who know how to rap from the neighborhood and sign them. So I was his first signed artist. And you know, we you couldn't tell us that we wasn't finna be the next Cash Money or the next whatever, you know what I'm saying? We up and down the road, we going to meet with these execs and different things, man. And it was all fun, and it was fun. We learned a lot, but we made a powerful impact in our city. Like, so, and from that point on, I just kind of been in this music, you know what I'm saying? And since leaving that label, I started my own label, you know, and just kind of been throughout the years just building my own brand, man. And that's where we are today, you know.
Facts, brother, man. So the fact that you've been on the music scene for so long, man, and definitely congratulations to your thing. Congratulations to your steam, because man, you know, I had the opportunity to listen to some of the tracks, and if you ask me, and this ain't just gaslight, but it sounds a lot better than some of the stuff I'm hearing new. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you hope that things get better as they move forward. But sometimes I wonder if this music stuff is going backwards, because
Right.
obviously
I feel the same way.
Obviously the game is just different, you know, and I remember shout out to my good friend Lonnie. If y'all know Lonnie, y'all make sure y'all check out that Industry Freak. You know what I'm saying? My boy doing some things, and hit him up for some for photos. I gotta give him a shout out. That's my dog.
Yeah.
We have a conversation about, man, in today's music, it just seems so backwards. Like back in the day, the hustlers was going to music to try to make it out the streets. But now it's like the rappers make the music like they in the streets. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
It's kind of like, is the message backwards? Because the people that's coming from the streets, they trying to get out. They done lost people. You know what I'm saying? They know people that's in prison. They don't, you know what I'm saying? And then it's just, if you turn on the radio, everybody gangster today. You know what I'm saying?
And that's so to me is so flawed and so misleading, because half of these rappers that be rapping all that, they ain't from the streets, don't be in the streets, but they want to be attached and affiliated with the streets, you know. And that's crazy to me, because just like you say, real street dudes, they want to get out of the streets. Yeah, they could talk about the street life that they lived, or how they came up, but at the same time, they always, street artists always paint you a picture of better days. Like if you listen to some early the Biggies, the Jay-Z's, the Nas's, you listen to even the Jeezys. Yeah, they talk about, you know, yeah, they was the snowman and this, that, and the third, but they always talked about, you know, the good life. Let's get out. Me and my niggas, we over here, we in another country somewhere. Like they always give you that escape. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. But these rappers now, you don't hear that in the music. You hear, I got a stendo this, I got a this, I kill you this. And it's like, really? Like, what you want to be? You want to be a rapper, or you want to be in the feds? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it, man. It's crazy to me.
You know, and that's not, you know, I get everybody has they got what they good at, or they feel like that's what they niche is. But all I'm saying is, you know, as we get older, you realize there's more in life, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? And and there's no way that you can be long lived and still have that attitude and energy all the damn time. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Real.
Like, it's at some point, you know, like I said, we all hope to get to a higher platform. And I ain't knocking nobody, because hell, I like this Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? There's a time and place for everything, though.
For everything.
On my way to an interview, well, you know, thank God I had to go to an interview in a couple of years. I'm kind of worried about if I had to do it now. You know what I'm saying? But if I was, you know, when I was on my way to an interview, you know what I'm saying, it was just certain music that I wouldn't listen to on the way there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if I got the job, you're right, I'm gonna slide the Jeezy out the parking lot. And he just killed it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know, right?
But on the way in, I'm trying to get my mind together. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man. You,
So
you probably had, hey, on the way there, you probably had some gospel, some Kurt
you
Franklin
already
or
know.
some, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, you probably like, look, boy, God, I need this here.
Yes, sir.
Like,
Yes, sir.
yeah. Hey, but no, I feel you on that, man. And you know, like I right now, what the game is lacking, music gets so old fast, for one, because so much new music come out. But what I hate about music now, it's rare that you find a song that you can memorize from front to back. Like I grew up on music where when the song came on, you could rap the whole verse, you know, the hook, and 5-10 years from now, that song you still get excited when you hear it like the first time you heard it. 15 years from now, you still get excited like the first time you heard it. When the last time you heard a new record like that? That you like, man, I know this record gonna still be the shit 10 years from now. Like you don't remember it. Like they fade so fast. So that lets you know the substance is not in it, man. There's no substance in this music. And that's what I hate, you know, and that's why, like, when I make music, I try to make stuff that people they're gonna be able to listen to and still, you know, throw it on 5 years from now and be like, man, that was a damn good song. He did his thing on that. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, you know, you were right. You are right, because they got certain songs now that they old. You know what I'm saying? But when you hear them, it'll stop. Everybody in the room will stop and sing the song because they know it. It's just that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It'll give a certain vibe. Like if somebody busts out some millennial, and it's different. I get it's a different genre, but what I'm saying is, even hip hop, if I were the world, or you know what I'm saying,
Right.
or big pimping or anything, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Big records, them big records.
Yeah.
You know,
when do you like there like you said, you ever see the award show? I don't make a habit of seeing them because I don't, to be honest with you, I'll be just finding them on anyway. But you ever hear like the song of the year come up and you be like, that was this year? That was this year? Like, dang, that was this year?
Right.
Oh man, because it came and went so fast. And so much was in, you know what I'm saying, since then, that you almost forgot. You're like, nah, bro, I thought that was last year sometime. Because like you said, it has no, it don't stick to you. It don't have it sounds good, but it don't relate. So it's just out the window. You know what I'm saying? But like when I was listening to your track, you know what I'm saying, that never changed, bro. Hey, you know what I'm saying? You could feel the real in it, brother. You could feel like you could
appreciate it.
That's what I love. That's the kind of music that I like listening to. That's the kind of like music that I like to promote, because there's relevance. You relate to it. It doesn't matter who's listening to it. It's something in there for everybody. It's not outrageously vulgar. It ain't got, you know what I'm saying? And that's another thing too. I don't know if that's something that's getting lost. It's, you know, some people feel like, or it seems to the listener that it seems like it's like a cursing competition.
Yeah.
Like, and when we were growing up, we always talk like if a person's cursing a lot, that means they don't have no vocabulary. Remember that?
Right.
Like you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But I'm not trying to call nobody dumb. I'm just saying, like, as you get older, you be like, wait a minute, now I kind of understand why they was, you know what I'm saying? I kind of wish they weren't doing all that, because it don't take all that all the time.
It don't take all that, man. You could get your point across without cursing, man. And I try not to curse in my music. Like, you might slip up and say something here and there, but to just be like every other bar, nah, it ain't called for, man. It's like, you know, so yeah, man. And you know, shout out to my 1-5 Entertainment imprint. Shout out to Superb Clothing, which is my clothing brand. Podcast, Love, Lust, Sex, Music. And you know, as I was speaking with you the other day, I was telling you about that. You know, we just kind of been stagnant right now because of, once the pandemic hit, then, you know, my partner who I did the show with, she lost her mom. So we just kind of went in a hiatus due to those reasons. But I'm actually starting up a podcast, which is going to be something that I'm doing by myself, called No Chaser. So, and I definitely, once I get it launched and going, I'll definitely tap you in with that, man.
For sure, bro.
But,
Let us know.
Yeah, definitely. And no Chase is just gonna be me sitting down, whether, you know, if I got an artist on, whether if I got some of my boys and we chopping it up about current events and sports and things like that. So, you know, just gonna be some real dialogue, man, you know, real
Definitely gotta
good
tap
dialogue.
in. For sure.
Yeah.
That sounds like my kind of entertainment. Speaking of which, like you said, y'all was doing that right before the pandemic. You know, say what kind of led into y'all moving in that direction? You know what I'm saying? It's like you said, you was pushing the music. How did that conversation come about that you guys were, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we're gonna go ahead and get on this podcast and do that. What led to that idea?
My partner and my co-host who I did the show with, a girl named Trina. She's from New York and she came down. She didn't really know a lot of people here. So when we met, it was just like, I like this guy. He has a certain energy. He has a good following. This is somebody who I would want to do a podcast with. Now, she's funny. She's a character. She's funny. So the Love Lust Sex podcast, her and the other co-host Kiki, they brought the comedy in. Me, I was the artist who kind of mellowed out the show and, you know, was a little more serious and everything. But, you know, so it all gelled together with the different personalities. And then we had my cousin who was the DJ, who was also on the show as a co-host. So it just worked, man. She pitched the idea to me in 2017. And I said, you know, it's funny that you bringing this to me because this is something I always wanted to do. But at that time, I was kind of afraid of it because I didn't know much about podcasting and how to get it out. Like, you know, because at that time, podcast was fairly new. A lot of people didn't know when I launched my podcast in 2017, people didn't know what a podcast was. They was like, what is that? You know? So it's just crazy that 5 years later now, podcasts are everywhere. Like, you know, so it's like we was ahead of the curve on that, man. And we interview, you name it, man. We done had them on the show, like every artist from the city that you could think of, man, have been on our show. You know, we have business owners that come on and discuss their businesses and, you know, different brands that they're doing. So it was good, man. We had a nice 3-year run, you know.
Facts. So you said you guys are gonna be booting it up again, man. Definitely keep us in the loop because, brother, man, I'm a fan. And the conversation, brother, like obviously through your music, you know what I'm saying, you're a very high intellectual person. You know, you think about what you say before you say it. And that's the kind of conversation I'd be seeking to try to have. You know what I'm saying? In this day,
Right, that's real.
in this day, you know, a lot of people say stuff, but they ain't really talking. You know, they talking, but they ain't really saying nothing. Should I say?
Right. It don't hold no weight. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So as far as you know, new music, we got any new music coming, or you know, are you
Yeah, I
gonna hit
do.
us with what is there anything that you can talk about, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm trying to get you in trouble.
actually, I got a project that I'm dropping this summer. Hopefully everything will be wrapped up and ready to go and put it out around the 4th of July. But you know, the one I just dropped 6 months ago in October was No Setbacks. Well, this is gonna be No Setbacks 1.5. So it's gonna consist of a couple records that didn't make it on the No Setbacks plus new stuff that I'm mixing in with it. So, and in my opinion, I think it's even better than the first one. So it's hot, man. I'm excited. You know, all new different features from the first go round. So people gonna hear new talent on there, man. And I'm excited, man. It just is, and the good thing about this project too is it's being distributed through Symphonic. My first one I was distributed through DistroKid, but Symphonic offered me a opportunity to distribute my music through them, which is a whole bigger platform. So man, I'm so excited about this. They're gonna do my music, they're gonna distribute my videos, help me get monetization on all of that. So with that being said, I'm looking to see some bigger checks come in, you know.
That's always a good thing, brother. I never heard nobody complain about a bigger check coming in, brother.
Yeah, that's real. That's real, man. That's real. So I'm excited, man. It's gonna be a good summer. Good summer.
Sir. Yes,
You know, I'm gonna be hitting lining you up to get the visuals. I don't know if you had a chance to check out the videos that I sent you over, man, but that was just a few of the videos that we had to knocked out. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie to you, brother. I haven't had a chance to because, and the team can tell you, I just been busy as hell for the last 2 days. However, I promise
no
you,
worries.
I will not lay down tonight without checking them out, though. I promise you. You get off this thing.
Yeah, man.
Now,
no doubt.
I got a couple more questions, my brother, and I'll be able to let you go. I really do appreciate your time. Going forward, as far as if anybody, are you interested in doing features with anybody, or how do you feel about that? I know some people, they prefer to keep their project solo. They want to just speak, or how did you feel about somebody doing this feature? And if so, what do they need to come with so that you know they about business and they wasting your time?
I love working with artists, dog. Like, to me, that's like that's a big intricate part of being an artist, is when you could take your creative thoughts, another person could take their creative thoughts, and y'all could come together and make a piece so beautiful. Like, I think that's a beautiful part of being in this. Like, you know, especially if you could bridge two artists together that you would have never imagined would have worked on a song together. Like, damn, I didn't hear that. I didn't see that coming. That's beautiful to me. You know what I'm saying? So I love it. And I'm a firm believer in iron sharpen iron. So I'm not afraid to get on the track with nobody, you know?
Nice.
So yeah, so that's real. A lot of artists are so, you know, scared or timid to get on something because they don't want to get smoked on the record. It's like, nah, you know, pull your big britches. I guess that's the competitive side of me for playing football. You know, I bring it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. Bring it, because I'm gonna bring it. You know what I'm saying?
Like you said, iron sharpens iron, man. And if people continue to push the limits, then you can only raise the standard. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like what we really need right now, man, as far as music.
Right.
Yeah, me. My last question, my boss, man, can you make sure that you give out your tags? And what's going to happen is as they're watching this, they're going to come up on the screen digitally, so they can make sure they follow you as far as all platforms, things like that.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm Remy Roe everywhere. So Instagram is Remy Roe, REMYROE. The same as for Facebook. The same as for Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, everything. If you just put in the search Remy Roe, I'm popping up, man. Same thing for all platforms on the music. You know, any platform, Apple, Spotify, Tidal, you know, iHeart, Amazon, all of it. You know, you can put in Remy Roe, it's popping up. You can go to YouTube, follow my YouTube channel, which is Remy Roe. You'll be able to check out the music, the videos there. So yeah, just Remy Roe everywhere, man.
Yeah, like y'all heard, my boy's well branded. We definitely gonna let y'all hear some of this music. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna check him out also, as well as this July 2022 magazine of No Offense. So y'all be on the lookout, man. My boy coming with great big things, man. If y'all in Tampa 813, stand the fuck up. Y'all got a real one. You heard me? And with that,
stand up.
I'm gonna let you go, my man. I appreciate your time, Remy.
Hey, no doubt, man. Salute, man.
Salute, my boy. Take care.
Yes, sir. Bye.
When my alarm clock ring and awake me from my slumber, gotta lace up my Nikes, get back to the numbers. Just another day in this humid ass summer. We go days without rain, but it's a whole lot of pain. A whole lot of niggas wanna see you in the grave, or locked in the cage, just removed out the way. When you start having success, bring a world full of hate. When I come to the table, I got a plate full of steak and a sharp